be a pleasure.
Happy New Year's to everyone. Hi, my name is Maggie, aka Black Hoosier Gal, and I'm here today with a new video. I know some of you may be wondering why is she filming in front of a Christmas tree. That season's over. Everyone's done their Vlogmas for the month of December, but my Christmas tree is kind of like my sun lamp during the winter months. This is the first time I've been able to buy my own Christmas tree, decorate it the way I want, and have it on in a room that I can spend all day in. And I enjoy it. In the Midwest, especially in Indianapolis, we deal with a lot of gray skies, overcast, everything like that. And so it's nice to have something that is glowing and means something happy to me. So I plan on keeping it up until my birthday, which is Valentine's Day. In regards to my makeup, I bought this makeup in the winter, thought it was my winter makeup. It was not looking ashy like this a few months ago, but apparently I did go a little shade darker, I guess in the sun, maybe when I visited Florida. But I do not want to refilm this video. It's not that I'm lazy, it's just I like the way it turned out. Also, please ignore my concerned eyebrows. I think I just look like that all the time. I'm not sure. Anyway, enjoy the video and enjoy the decorations that I'm showing you guys super late.
It's good to be a pleasure.
Happy New Year's to everyone. Hi, my name is Maggie, aka Black Hoosier Gal, and I'm here today with a new video. So one of my resolutions / goals in the year 2022 is to produce at least 10 videos. Last video was really rough, but I thought since I put all the effort into it, why not upload it? I mean, I could have put more effort into creating a script before doing that, but that didn't happen. I did buy a mic. It is the Blue Yeti that everyone always talks about. I decided I wanted to have my videos sound better. We'll see how that works since I don't have the cord that goes to my camera. Anyway, don't let me get off track. So today we're talking about living at home in your 30s. I am not yet 30, but I plan on living at home still when I turn 30 in February. And I have some pros and cons. Pro number one, saving money. That is the biggest pro, maybe sometimes the only for some people. But I have been able to save so much money not paying rent, especially because I am a graduate student at University of Michigan, and Ann Arbor is very, very expensive to live in, and Ypsilanti is even getting more expensive. So it's been nice living at home since the pandemic and not paying at least $1,100 in rent. So I've been saving not my entire check, but still more than I would have if I had been living alone. It has allowed me to, one, invest into stock. So as GameStop and AMC went wild, I was able to invest there and earn a good chunk of change. The change that I put into my traditional IRA, because I have yet to begin my career, and that's one of my worries for the future, is not to have anything set up. So I set up a traditional IRA for right now. I'm managing it and I'm investing. I haven't lost money yet, but I can say that I had some downs and I had to wait for things to either even out before I got out of a investment. And that's with Tesla, Apple, GameStop, and even Shopify. You sometimes have to wait till it evens out, but regardless, the money that I could have lost, or yeah, could have lost because I didn't lose anything, it would have been fine because again, I'm living at home. Another part of the money situation is not just saving and whatever you have for your future, but I've been able to invest in myself. So, I mean, starting this YouTube channel, buying this mic, I'm going to buy a new computer and a new camera, maybe. It's been great to be able to buy those things, to invest in myself. And that means even mentally, being able to pay for therapy, because some people are not in my network. And some people are cash only and they charge 125 to 150 for each session. So it's been nice to be able to invest in myself while living at home. So the second pro for me would be living with people who care. I love living with my parents. I have a good relationship with them. I know not everyone does have a good relationship with their parents. My parents happen, thankfully, to not be toxic. They've been very supportive. They are strict because they are very, I would say very religious, but they do follow certain biblical laws. So we'll get into the cons with that because it means that living under the roof means living under the rules. That's the saying that they used to always say, or something that they still say. But I'm able to deal with it. I'm fine with dealing with it because it allows me to save a lot of money and it allows me to make plans for my future that I otherwise would not been able to do financially when living out on my own. The third one, free food. My parents have to get food and most of the time I'm able to just eat it. Now I do buy my own food and I cook my own meals, but when it comes to certain days where maybe I didn't feel like going out or certain weeks where I'm just not cooking, it's been nice to be able to say, okay, well, I may not cooked, but there are leftovers from something that my parents had cooked and yesterday or something like that. So that's been nice because it's not like living with roommates like you saw in the last video in Munger in Ann Arbor, where you split the refrigerator, you split the cabinets, nothing is shared because that's not the type of community I was part of. So it's been nice to live at home and be part of a community with my parents and with my siblings that includes free food. The fourth one, and again, this is not for everyone, but spending more time with my parents and siblings. As we age, we kind of drift apart and we start to make our own lives, which is not strange, just normal. But I have been grateful for all the time I have been able to spend with them because as I watch my grandparents age, I look at my parents and I think that's going to be them one day, and I hope that I can say I spent all the time that I could with them or all the time that I wanted to spend with them. So as I see my parents age and I see my grandparents age, I'm happy that I am at home still. It may be strange for some people, and we'll see in the cons how it is with dating, but I enjoy being around my parents. I enjoy being able to live side by side with them as they get into their elderly years, because I can say I spent so many more years with them than say other people or even other siblings who left after 18. So I've been happy to do that. And then again with siblings, coming from a family with 3 sisters and 2 brothers, my brothers have been out of the house for a long time, But living with two of my sisters, it's been nice to spend time with them and get to know them because we have had our ups and downs in our relationships. And I feel as though it's gotten a lot better living at home and being the ages that we are because we used to fight all the time. And I feel as though I fight less. We still get in arguments, but I fight less and we have more fun together. As a person who has limited friends, it's nice to have family members your age that you can hang out with, that you can say, hey, let's go to the movies, hey, let's travel here. So I've been grateful to really gain that relationship with my sisters because it has not always been that way. Okay, the cons. My biggest con was dating. It's strange to explain that you still live at home. Most people think it's because you're not financially independent or you have some kind of strange relationship with your family. Either you're emotionally dependent on them or you just feel as though you can't live alone. I mean, people react how they're going to react. With other people, you can't invite your boyfriend home. You can't have them over late at night or have them sleep over. So that's a big con for a lot of people. But I have got in a relationship with someone who didn't find it weird. I mean, maybe he found it weird, but he did not break up with me because of it. I think he understood that I was figuring out what was going on with my life. At the time, I was not in school. I had left and I was on medical leave. And so I was 23, or no, I met him when I was 25, going on 26. But he understood where I was coming from. I just got in employment somewhere that I hated absolutely. And I was figuring out life. And he understood that with me, even though he had his life more together, although he was still really stressed out, but he had his own house, or he has his own house, his own car. At the time I did not have a car, so I was dependent on my parents' car, which was another issue, but he understood that I was financially independent because I did have a large savings that I did not have to touch while living at home, that I eventually used to move back to Ann Arbor, which helped a lot because that move was kind of expensive. Just renting the car and getting my stuff up there, buying all the things that I need. Just starting my whole life over again in another city, leaving behind my family once again. But I think you just have to be with someone who's understanding. So along with dating, friends, I mean, some people like to hang out with friends at their own place because they get to have their own private discussions. And in the house, you have no privacy. So I guess it's privacy slash, well, we'll get into privacy. Well, friends. So you don't have the privacy to discuss everything you want to. Maybe you are wanting to share secrets. Maybe your friends are wanting to share secrets to kind of have a mutual understanding about where they are in life. In my house, because it's not like a huge house, you can pretty much hear everything everywhere unless you're whispering, and that can be uncomfortable because you feel like you're hiding in your own space. So it's been hard to have friends because there's nowhere to hang out except if you're hanging out somewhere else. And this moment that we're in right now, it's not exactly safe to hang out at a bar, or safe to go to restaurants, or safe to go to crowded events. So it's been more difficult coming back home and not being able to really hang out with friends. I'm very dependent on the friends I've made over the years. And while they're abroad, we do a lot of FaceTiming, or we talk on the telephone, or we text. So that's how I've been maintaining my friendships. I can say I have not been able to make any more friendships since moving home. So to go back to that privacy, so the third con, privacy. Just like you live with roommates or live in an apartment building, walls are not that thick, so you lack a lot of privacy. You have a shared bathroom, you have a common area watching TV in the den means that anyone's coming through, or if you're having sort of a breakdown, it's hard to have a breakdown privately in a household. So if something's upsetting you, like crying, and you're crying or reacting in an emotional way, usually your family is privy to that. They're able to see that, and it can suck sometimes because unless your family can handle emotions such as those, sometimes it can make the situation far more stressful. With my family, they're not horrible people, but when it comes to sadness or depression, they don't exactly understand. They don't know how to comfort me. And so going through depressive episodes or having these rough days because of what's happening and my program, like my dissertation writing, that's been at a standstill, there's a lack of understanding and kind of for older people thinking, I don't understand why you're depressed. I mean, that's the thing that they say. I don't understand why you're depressed. So that could be really difficult. And I think that's when you do need that support system that's out of your house, friends or significant others, or significant other, or polyamorous, I guess significant others. But that's been tough. So most of the time I am going to my boyfriend's place to kind of decompress and to cry or to bawl or to yell, or if I'm angry, go punch the punching bag, because emotions at home are publicly viewed, and sometimes you don't want them to see that because often they're going to ask what's wrong, and you just want to keep it to yourself. But outside of that, I mean, I've enjoyed living at home. I've been able to save, I've been able to buy a car. I finally bought my own Christmas tree. This is actually my office at my boyfriend's, but it's been nice living at home and spending that time with parents and siblings. How do you guys feel about living at home? What age do you feel as though people should be moving out? Would you date someone who's still living with their parents? Are you still living with your parents? And if so, how is that? And then, can you ever imagine living with your parents again after leaving? Go ahead and comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Get back, Morgan.